Things to know before buying an electric car. With demand ramping up, there are car buyers preparing to buy an electric car for the first time. EV are green and more economical to drive, which are part of the benefits and also used as the marketing hype. Some buyers are happy with their purchase, but others have a case of buyer's remorse. It is not that EV are a bad idea, but more about unexpected consequences. We won't go over whether the marketing is what is truly advertised, but some basic information that interested electric car buyers might want to know. Before we proceed any further, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel World of Cars for more amazing automobile videos. Number 1. The charging gotcha. Some EV owners, who have done their research, are proud of their electric cars and have no regrets about their decision. Some do have an issue, but did not realize it until after buying their EV. This has to do with problems related to charging. The problem is not all EV owners may have a garage that has a typical 110 volts outlet. They might live in an apartment complex where they park their car along the street. If it is an apartment complex with a designated parking spot, EV owners would have to check with the management to see if they can have access to an electrical outlet for charging. Charging also takes time. It can take hours to reach the full capacity of the battery. The battery does not always need to be 100% fully charged, like being able to use a smartphone that is 30% charged. The point is that you will need to charge for at least 1 hour to get 3 to 5 miles of range using a regular 110 volts outlet. For speed, it is much faster charging from a 220 volts outlet. Regardless of which outlet you have available at home, charging an EV overnight is highly recommended. For the fastest charging time, use a DC fast charging or supercharging station where, depending on your battery design, the battery can be charged close to 80% in under 30 to 40 minutes. Do make sure that your EV battery can support this type of charging first. Number 2. Range anxiety. A more serious concern among potential EV owners is called range anxiety. This is the fear of not having enough miles available in the battery to reach the next destination. It can also be fear of not knowing if there is access to a charging station along the way. If your EV battery is rated at 200 miles on a full charge, but your destination is 250 miles, you will need to charge at some point to be able to get there. To prevent range anxiety while on the road, EV automakers like Tesla provide features in their app for users to locate the nearest charging stations. They can do this from the EV dashboard screen or by using a mobile app. Keep your eye on the battery charge available for the EV. This can be found in the battery level indicator on the dashboard or from an installed mobile app. When it reaches a critical level below a certain threshold, then that means it is time to recharge. For long driving, plan your route accordingly. Plan a route where there are charging stations available. It is true that EV charging stations are not that common yet, but they are increasing in number. Number 3. Silent machines. EV are unlike conventional cars, and this should be obvious. It may not be the case since it looks just like any modern car, but there are differences. One thing that electric brings to the automobile is quiet or silent driving. There are no engines, which is why EV are silent. An engine is noisy because it undergoes a compression of the fuel in a chamber to force combustion to produce locomotive force. EV use electric motors, so it drives as soon as you step on the accelerator. The problem is that EV can be so silent, pedestrians may not realize that there is a car approaching. This can be a public safety concern, so be alert always when driving in city streets or school zones. Number 4. Hidden cost of maintenance. A good reason to buy an EV is it requires less maintenance than conventional cars. There is no need to get an oil change, spark plug replacement or tune-up. An EV is a zero-emission vehicle, so you also don't need to get a muffler check or catalytic converter installed. Maintenance requirements in EV include brake checks, windshield and coolant fluid changes and the air conditioning system. Some minor lubrication of moving parts might be required, but not on a regular basis. Since EVs do not have an engine, maintenance costs drop significantly. Tire maintenance is also required just like in regular cars. There are reports that replacing tires on an EV can be more frequent and thus expensive. EV are heavier than conventional cars, so this puts more wear and tear on the tires. Number 5. EV are not cheap. According to a report, the average price of an EV in the US is $66,000. That is $18,000 more than an average price of a conventional gas-powered car. This is based on data from Kelley Blue Book. Be prepared to pay even more for an EV as prices have also increased due to inflation in 2022. At those prices, it is just like buying a gas-powered luxury car. Perhaps that was never the car buyer's intention. If you still prefer alternatives to a gas-powered car, there are hybrids and plug-in hybrids. A hybrid combine a battery that uses renewable energy and gasoline engine, with an average price of $39,000. With higher gas prices and toxic chemicals from car emissions, hybrids are that step above gas-powered cars that address reducing costs and emissions. Hybrids are more efficient, which is why they can help car owners save in the long run. The Prius from Toyota is a good example of a hybrid, also called series parallel hybrid car. Number 6. Tax credits. Owners of EV can get special tax credits, depending on the laws of the country where you live in. Tax credits allow you, the consumer, to be incentivized for your purchase of an EV, which promotes greener technology. In the US, tax credits between $2,500 to $7,500 can be offered to consumers. EV tax incentives can further be explained by a tax expert, so it is best to consult with one regarding this matter. Number 7. You have other options besides Tesla. There are now more options to EV than just Tesla. In fact, it has always been that way. There were electric cars before Tesla even launched its own line of EV. Not many people are aware that electric cars have been around for a long time. They are now less rudimentary and more utilitarian by design. They are not just glorified golf carts on the road, like the first generation of EV. Automakers have figured out ways to improve range, increase battery capacity, and incorporate features. Not all EV are the same, so it is best to check the dealer and take a test drive to get the feel of the EV while on the road. The journey of this video ends here. Hope you like the content of the video. Comment down your thoughts on this. Please like the video and share it with your friends and family. Want to watch more amazing cars videos? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and we'll bring more amazing videos to you. Thank you very much.